Karen is the UK's first widow coach and supports women worldwide through online and in-person events and in her podcast, The Widow Podcast. And Karen joins me now. Good morning to you, Karen.
Good morning. Hi.
Nice to speak to you this morning, Karen. Thank you very much for joining us because, you've got a lot happening today, haven't you?
I have. It's a big day. We've got around sort of 70 women coming from all over, even a lady from the US coming to join us for the day in Cheltenham. It's going to be wonderful.
So can you talk us through what made you start this movement and subsequently this podcast? Because it's heartbreaking to become a widow at the age of 43. Can you talk us through that, Karen?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, like you say, I was young when my husband died. He was 43. Actually, I was 39, and I felt determined. I had two young girls. They were 9 and 5, and I didn't want his death to define us in a negative way for the rest of our lives. And I just had this desire to figure out how to live again. And when you go through something in life, anything big, you want to find other people that have been through it. So you search online, and I found lots of peer support groups which were incredible and really helpful, but I wanted more than that. I wanted to understand my grief. I wanted to be educated. I wanted to learn how to bring back that sense of safety in my body, to regulate my nervous system, to understand how to navigate the big feelings and emotions. But also, how do I find my way in a world that doesn't feel safe anymore, that doesn't feel familiar? I don't know who I am, where I'm going. And really the tools, I suppose, to rebuild a life around my loss that can feel good again. And because I couldn't find it, I decided to create it for others.
And having done that, you must be helping people so much, come through this themselves.
Yes, honestly, I think that sense of community and coming together with other like-minded people is so powerful. I even kind of refer to it as magical, because you need that sense of hope. You need to know that it's possible to find your way through that despair, that heartache, that utter devastation, and that it's not permanent, that there is light in the darkness. And as much as you might not be able to see it for yourself yet, you can see it in others around you that maybe have, travelled a bit further in their journey. And hope, we all need hope, when it's dark and it's hard. You need to know that if you keep going, you'll find a way forward. And that, I think, really helps people to know that they can and they will,
Everybody's journey must be different, though, because you can't put a time on this, can you? Because some people, they grieve longer than others. So I guess everybody's completely different in how they go through this process.
You're so right. Grief is so unique, and there's so much that impacts it, and we all do it at very different rates in different ways, and it's helping people to find their own unique way forward. I'm not here to give people a roadmap and a step-by-step process, because that's not how it works. It's helping people to discover what will work for them, and without putting pressure or expectation on them. There's a real, I think, societal understanding that after the first year, grief kind of just magically goes away and everything feels better, but it doesn't. It takes years, but actually that grief lives alongside you forever, and it's learning how to integrate it into your life in meaningful ways that allow you to find joy and purpose and just a fulfilling life alongside it.
It does alter. I know this from losing my dad, that at the beginning you just think, how am I going to get through this? You're constantly wanting to call them. You're wanting to actually reach out and speak to them. And then a little bit later on comes the anger that they're not there anymore. And then you feel guilty because you feel angry. I guess if you've got somebody that you can talk that through with, that understands that, because if you're talking to somebody that hasn't been through it, it can all sound a bit crazy sometimes, can't it? But if somebody has gone through it, they understand the emotions you feel. That does help.
Doesn't it? It really does. And I think that's what's helped me with what I do, is that people, they know I've been through it, they know I've experienced it, and they know everyone in the community is also going through it and experiencing it. And that's what you want, isn't it? Because you're going through all of these big emotions. You feel like you're going mad. You don't understand it. You want to live, but you feel guilty for living. There's so many conflicting emotions, aren't there? And you think, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. But when you hear somebody else talking about their experience and it resonates with you, you just kind of go, yes, that's me. That's how I feel. It normalizes it and it validates it within you, and understanding again that it's not permanent. It's normal to feel that way. It's a natural response to your loss. But however, you can work through it. And just because you might feel guilty doesn't mean that you are guilty, and just learning how to work through that guilt and that pain and that anger. It's all part of the journey, and it's allowing all of those emotions to be felt and spoken about freely.
Now, we know that you have a podcast and you also have an event that is happening today. Tell us about that and where that is, because it's in Cheltenham, isn't it?
It is. We're at the Leonardo in Cheltenham today. It's my annual Christmas gathering. I do it. Well, this is my 5th year actually of hosting this, because the festive season is coming, and it's a really, really difficult time of year when you've lost a loved one. And I wanted to bring people together to, give them a day of hope, of healing, of connection, of togetherness, also to have a bit of fun. We do have fun. I know some people might think, 70 widows, that might not be the best of fun, but actually when you come together with others that you feel safe with, that get you, you feel safe enough, and you do find humour often, don't you, in the darkest of times when you're with others that understand. So this day is all about sort of holding that space, helping people to just come together and find that sense of hope, and learning how to navigate the season ahead without their person, and to look after themselves alongside their loss, and find some glimmers, some moments of hope, of joy, of connection, of comfort amongst the difficult times.
Well, if people want to find, because I know that people are going to be listening and there's going to be some that this absolutely resonates with. So if they want more details, or if they want to come and find you and just sort of, have a listen in to the podcast, where can they find that, Karen?
Yes, so the podcast, it's available on all Apple, Spotify, the main podcast sites. It's also on YouTube. It's on my website, karensutton.co.uk as well. If you just Google the Widow podcast, it'll pop up.
And is today's event a closed event, or will it be happening again? I'm thinking if there are people listening that think, I want to go along to something like this because I feel it could really help me. Is that going to be a possibility?
So today, obviously, we've now sold the spaces, so it, it's not available to just turn up today. But I do run it every year, and I also do other events. I host retreats throughout the year. I have online support as well. So there's a lot available throughout the year, different types of support for people. So yes, get in touch, reach out. We're here and wanting to support you and help you through your grief.
Listen, I thank you so much for coming on and making time to chat to us this morning on what is going to be a busy day. I wish you well, Karen, and I dare say we are going to catch up soon, because we'll get you back on to talk more about this at some point. But that is Karen Sutton there. Do go and look her up, okay? She's the UK's first widow coach, and she is from Cheltenham.